Unacademy. Let's crack it.
When is your interview? So on 1st of September.
1st of September.
Satyam,
Yes.
you qualified for your NDA
Yes,
but you
ma'am.
didn't join.
No, ma'am. I am colorblind, so I was not medically found fit to join the
Okay,
academy.
okay. So, but you must have heard this jargon. It is never, it is never wrong to take 2 steps backward and 1 step forward to win the final war.
In the
In the final war,
Yes,
even if
ma'am.
temporarily you have to withdraw, there is no harm in that. So the panel felt that since you have the time, don't keep defending if you have made a wrong statement or if you think that you are being cornered. It is better to withdraw, or it is better to cut it short. Restrain yourself. Don't get into a trap. Don't walk into a trap.
okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
so that is the main thing which the panel felt. And maybe since you have the time, there are a few online presentations which you can look at besides reading the newspapers very regularly, so that you know what is the country's stand. Because if diplomacy is going to be your subject, though you are an international relations guy, I don't know how you are going to. Also, you must frame your mind as to how you will justify that though this is your subject, you have given it as number 7.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
And since you have the time, just do look at these 2 recommended video channels, Shekhar Gupta's and Suhasini's,
Okay, ma'am.
Hindu. Okay, now it appeared that you have certain firm ideas in your mind about some of the questions which you were asked. So our suggestion would be that don't give a very hardened view of anything. Be more moderate about it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So if you have a set of friends with whom you can sit and have mock interviews further. How many interviews you have had, these mock interviews so far?
Ma'am, this is my 3rd offline interview.
And how many more in the pipeline?
Ma'am, there are 2-3 more in the pipeline.
So don't overdo it.
Okay.
Overkill is never good.
Yes,
Don't
ma'am.
overdo it. It is better to formulate your own ideas in your own mind so that you are able to give your own opinion instead of the stereotype answers which you get from either these tutorial classes or from those books. Ready-made answers are best avoided. Your personal views on that, but with a justified reasoning for that.
Okay.
Just don't give the stereotype, don't parrot them out. That is the main. And since the various, we talked of various subjects, but there are a lot of current affairs subjects which were not touched upon. So do keep reading. At least I would normally recommend 6 newspapers, but I think we are all okay if 2 newspapers are read every day. Yeah.
Yes.
So Baki, your suited booted Captain Saab will comment on that.
Okay. Are you going to sport the French beard
Sorry, sir.
for the interview, or are you going to be clean shaven?
So I will clean shave.
That's okay. Either a full grown proper beard or clean shaven.
So I will
Okay.
clean shave.
No stubble,
Yes, sure, sir.
well groomed.
Yes.
Okay. And what ma'am had said, I mean, you got trapped to that thing. I said you have given a statement in your parliament, and then you kept on moving into it,
Yes, sir.
and
That
you
is one mistake.
justified it to the extent that even if a military threat is required to be given, since people are watching, it has to be given, and it will be given.
No, let us not make political statements. Political statements in parliament are all right. Those are posturing, but it actually doesn't happen that way.
Yes, ma'am, I agree.
Not
So-
you.
So
Yes.
as an administrator, you don't make political statements.
Yes,
You are
ma'am.
very cautious and careful on what you are saying.
Okay.
Every word is weighed.
I will work upon that.
Calibrated.
Sure, sir.
Totally no controversial word.
Okay, sir.
Now you
Okay.
see, you should not take a stand which is difficult to justify. Now suppose Sardar Patel has said something about the civil service, the steel frame, his idea. It doesn't mean that the steel frame will remain a steel frame forever. It will depend actually how actually our democracy you see works, how the politicians actually they respond to the demand of the time. And when you take a stand, you have to support with examples. Now suppose the Supreme Court is saying that all these cases filed under this act are not good example, then it means the steel frame is not behaving the manner it should have.
Yes.
Be it the any field, this is not the time to give this example
Okay, sir.
of steel frame because it will be difficult.
Yes, I agree.
If there are sufficient you see examples, you can take that stand, but if you lack examples and the examples are just contrary to that, then better to avoid
Okay, sir.
using this kind of arguments.
Okay, sir.
Like to say.
I would add a couple of points. Satyam, your articulation is very good, but there are a few weaknesses which I have observed, and I want to share it with you,
Yes, sir.
even at the cost of being blunt, because my
Definitely.
idea is to see you that you qualify with flying colors. Your choice of words is very irresponsible. Choose your words very carefully. It's a UPSC, you are going for the first time. UPSC interview is a very serious business and very formal occasion. So you choose your words very carefully. You are very verbose in your answers. Your answers are very long, and that might land you in trouble. So
Okay.
try to abridge the answer, make it very precise, to the point. Don't you have a tendency to go off the mark on many occasions. And instead of, unless you are sure of your answers, don't give it. Just regret your inability. One thing I must tell you, that how many questions you are able to answer is not the only factor that that decides your fate. How you answer the question is more important. If you are not able to answer 3 out of 5 questions, nothing will happen. It's humanly impossible for anybody to know answers to every question. Even we don't know. So you have to, if you develop the habit of saying, yes, I'm sorry, sir, I do not know the answer. That will be appreciated more by the board than giving them a misleading or an answer which you are not sure of.
Okay, sir.
That gives a very bad impression to the
Yes.
board and even to the you don't give a pause. You immediately jump to answer in your eagerness to share your knowledge. You jump to answer the questions. Think over the question very carefully.
Okay, sir.
Speak slow. You very fast. Fast speakers are liable to make more mistakes than others.
Yes.
And if you make long speeches, it will put you in trouble. There will
Okay,
be
sir.
questions within questions, and then you will be entrapped by the board. Please
Yes.
be very careful. Speak as little as possible and to the point. Don't go here and there. Don't lose the direction.
Okay, sir.
And on 2 or 3 occasions, you use the expression, I agree with you, sir. This is a very offensive occasion. Very offensive. You are not supposed to, UPSC board is not concerned with your agreement or disagreement with your own perception. But you have no business to tell the board that I agree with you. You are not, don't be judgmental. They have to judge you. You are not supposed to judge them. So don't never use these expressions. These are prohibited.
Okay.
That I agree with you. No, never say that. I agree with your perception. No, it's a very bad thing.
Okay,
So
sir.
it is taken as a sign of arrogance.
Okay, sir.
Okay, don't mind. I am being
No,
very
sir,
frank with you. Pause is very important for you, and one weakness which I noticed in you is that you continue to justify yourself even if the answer is wrong or absurd. You continue to justify yourself. persist on going, no, it's like this. It is bad. Don't enter into any controversial dialogue with the board. If you feel that you are on weak ground, just I'm sorry, sir. I will not be able to answer these questions, or I was wrong. I would like to read more about it. इसको आप ध्यान में रखिए. और फास्ट जो आपका स्पीच है वो बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट है. और जैसा मैंने NSSO और CSO के बारे में आपसे पूछा था, you with surety you said it is like this, his name is like this. It is not that. You are not sure of the answer, please don't give it. I know these organizations.
Yes, sir.
So you have to be very careful. If you don't know. That's all. Choice of words is very important. You have to choose your words very carefully with the UPSC. Speak less.
And don't deprive Sardar Patel
of the credit
from the credit
deserved to
actually
him.
which he deserves for steel frame.
Yes, sir.
तो अभी टाइम है आपके पास, ना जितना पढ़ सकते हैं पढ़े हुए आप हैं, लेकिन अपनी जो अपने आप को थोड़ा यू हैव टू अनलर्न मैनी थिंग्स, तो उसको आप छोड़िए. एंड ये वीकनेसेस हैं, इनको आप shut off these weaknesses, and these are all weaknesses, and if you get rid of these weaknesses, there is nobody who can stop you, because this is the first attempt. I am really I am proud of you that you in the very first attempt you are able to come up to this stage. Please don't lose this opportunity. Whatever the board has advised you, see the video, watch it 2-3 times. You see this thing also and generate your own questions. Practice before you don't require the help of your once board has given its mind, you don't require to talk further with your friends, because you will be one stage above them. So better you control and get rid of these weaknesses. That
will work upon it.
That will
Sure.
help you. I'm frankly, this is my
Yes,
frank
sir.
opinion, and I want to see you.
You look a little de-spirited. थोड़ा आप निराश लग रहे हैं.
No, sir.
नहीं, ऐसा हमने नहीं, हम आपको मोटिवेट करने के लिए भी
Yes,
कहते
How was
हैं.
the feedback from the other mocks that you have done?
Sir, they said that articulation is good, but you need to work upon this speed aspect and facial expression and all. I was satisfied with the performance, but I'm extremely dissatisfied with the performance here.
Are you dissatisfied irrespective of the feedback, or did you yourself, when you walked out of the room, did you think the interview did not go well?
Yes, sir. I thought that interview did not.
Where
go
did you
well.
think you went wrong, apart from the things that we've discussed?
So the first thing, apart from these things, I think the most of the points have been included in the review. So
Apart from that, anything else that you think that you went wrong with? Because there might be an issue that might actually not be wrong, but you might think it is wrong. So anything that you thought?
So I think most of the things have been included.
May I suggest some brownie points?
Yes,
And
sure.
just thank you. As somebody who's color blind, to be passionate about street photography is beautiful. Bring it up. Bring it up. It is extremely beautiful. It is. It was when you told us about this, and we moved over from the photography discussion. But it speaks very highly of you.
Especially you see all that color correction and all
Yes,
those
sir.
things
Yes.
will be a major challenge for you.
Definitely. sir.
And that showcases outstanding determination. Are you slightly sleep deprived?
So I don't know. In every mock interview, they are saying I'm sleep deprived, but I have taken 7 hours of sleep. But my sleep cycle is.
Eyes are sunken.
Yes, sir.
Is that a natural thing, or have you been happy?
I think the circadian rhythm is
Yes,
disturbed.
sir. That's why, sir.
That's
I
why?
usually sleep at 2 a.m. and wake up at 9 a.m. So that might be the reason.
Yeah, because you look as if you either haven't slept properly, or you were out partying last night.
No, sir. I never partied in fact in my life. But I have to correct my sleep cycle. I think.
So, of course, I think sir, trimming will be required for the haircut.
अरे वो कर लेगा.
बाल
सर देखिए छोटी सी चीज़ और मैं आपको पॉइंट आउट
Sure,
कर दूं.
sir, sure.
केवल ग्रामर वो ज़रा सी तवज्जो आप उस पर दीजिएगा. मोर बेटर मत कहिएगा,
हाँ,
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
sir.
better.
है ना?
Yes,
वो मुंह
sir.
से निकल जाता
वो
है.
2-3
कभी-कभी.
दफे आपने भी यूज
है ना? कंपैरेटिव डिग्री इज बेटर. बेटर इज ए कंपैरेटिव
Better,
डिग्री,
yes, sir.
है ना? वो
Yes,
थोड़ा
sir.
सा.
You see, interviews is a lot like net practice. A few go well, a few don't go well. That's okay. It has nothing to do with your caliber. The board here unanimously feels you're extremely good, like honestly extremely good. When sir was very specifically telling you to be careful of the words that you use, in one of the IR questions, you said China's going down or something is going, or Russia is going down. You used the word going down for a country. A country doesn't go down.
It is the influence, you can
The
say.
influence is going. Don't use such harsh words.
Okay, sir.
That we may not have the same intensity or the same vitality of relations, but it still exists in a relatively lesser form. We are looking for a bureaucrat in you, to speak in the most balanced. I think the fundamental thing that you were lacking today was balance.
Your one word
Yes,
may
I
cause
agree.
actually lot of damage even to nation.
Nations.
Yeah.
This is the importance of, you see, bureaucratic records and bureaucratic briefings, press releases. One word.
Yeah, I agree.
You must have heard that choose the words carefully
Hmm.
because and keep them soft because you never know when you have to eat them.
ठीक है? You're a good candidate.
Your hands, you were constantly fiddling with your hands. Please don't fiddle because that shows your nervousness.
Okay, ma'am. I
Stress.
agree.
You are under stress.
Itminan.
No, sir, just the experience of interview.
Anything else?
No, sir, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Feedback was very good.
Thank you. Great.
All the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Wonderful. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
हाँ